Hello everyone, this is Gaston from Easy Software Developer, and I'm here to talk to you guys about the top 5 programming languages that you should learn in 2021. Not all of them are programming languages. One of them isn't really a programming language. I'm pretty sure you guys can already guess which ones it is. But this is data that I found on the Stack Overflow survey and on some other surveys done online on which languages have the best pay, which languages are more popular, which means you will get more opportunities to be hired. Without further ado, let's start with number 5. So in number 5 we have Java. So it's not number 1, it's not number 2, it's not even on the top 3 according to popularity. And Java can be used to create mobile apps, to create desktop apps, to create web apps. And the average salary shown on Stack Overflow is of $52,000. So this can differ depending on which specialization you do inside of Java and on which field you're working and also your geographical area, because there are certain regions in the world where Java skills are more highly paid than the other languages that you'll see in this list. And you should take this into account with every other languages that I'm going to talk to you about. So some only work in combination with others, and some in certain regions of the world are more desirable than the others. But for this one specifically, as a global average, Java is number 5. And then at number 4, we have Python. So Python, you might have heard of it. Maybe you even know how to program in it. And Python is a language that you can use to build websites, you can use to build regular web apps, you can use to build some desktop apps if you really want to. But most importantly, a lot of data scientists and AI researchers use it as their main language. So a lot of the job opportunities for Python involve data engineering, data analysis, all the different fields within big data. And Python actually has the highest median salary on this list of $63,000. And of course, if you're working with Python and you're a data analyst for one of the biggest companies in the world, of course you're going to make way more than that. But again, just like with Java, you need to figure out which places is Python needed the most and which skills are needed in Python, because there are many things that you can be good at within Python itself. You need to figure out the places which need most of Python developers, then you will know that you'll have more opportunities in there. And at number 3 on the popularity scale is SQL. And you might have heard of SQL if you work with any of the other languages that I've mentioned so far. But SQL basically allows you to query a database, fetch some data from it, insert some data from it. And nowadays, you mostly have like a wrapper. If you're working with some kind of library, you have a wrapper around SQL, so you might not be writing straight SQL code, but it's very important to learn it, because then you understand how the relationships work, how the queries work, what you can and can't do, and how to actually optimize your code by using pure raw SQL. And SQL skills are coming in at a bit of a premium because not everyone is specialized in it, but an SQL developer can make up to $56,000. Again, just like the others, this depends, and I'll try to give you some advice towards the end as to which languages to learn in order to make the most of your situation. And then in second place, we have the not so much of a language, but HTML and CSS. So as you can imagine, the web is all around us. Like, we use websites every single day. So it's very important for developers to understand at least a little bit of HTML and CSS. And since many companies are web-based only, this means that all those pages need people that know HTML and CSS. And it's very rare for this to be just a HTML or CSS developer. It's usually a developer that knows HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and some other backend language. And speaking of JavaScript, let's go to number 1. My favorite language, JavaScript. Surprise, surprise. It might not be the best language, but it is the most popular language. So the benefits of knowing the most popular language is that there will be more companies out there that are ready to hire people with those skill sets. So you can have a very specific skill set. Let's say one of the highest paid languages is Clojure or F#. You might know those languages, but no, not many companies will be using those things. So the few companies that will be using it will definitely need someone with experience in those languages, and they might pay a premium for those skills. But for most companies, they're going to be using the most popular languages because it's easier for them to hire people for those roles. And with that, I would like to give you some advice on which languages to pick. So as I already said before, picking the correct language if you want to get a development job depends a lot on your region. So what I would advise you to do is to first go on Stack Overflow, go on job sites, go on LinkedIn, and see which job postings are being added to those platforms. So what are companies looking at? Are companies in your area looking for Java developers? Are they looking for JavaScript developers? Are they looking for Python developers? So look around and see which ones pay the best, which ones are in the coolest companies you want to work for. And according to that, then you should start learning that language. Because I assure you that if you spend 1 or 2 years learning a language, there is a very small chance that by that time that company would have changed completely the language. Because once a company goes for a language, it's very hard to just change the entire systems into a completely new language. So if you find a company today that has a job posting in Python and it pays, I don't know, $70,000 for example, but you're not ready at that point yet, you can spend 1 year, 1 year and a half just learning Python, and at that point you might be able to apply and get that job. And because they haven't changed their languages, you will still be able to get the job. And I know that I spoke about mostly the more popular languages, but I don't want to just tell you to go for the cool, shiny new things like most videos tell you, like this thing is gonna blow up, this thing is gonna blow up. I would like to give you more concrete advice of things that can actually help you get a job in development. So that's it, guys. And I hope that you guys learned something from this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions or anything, just leave a comment down below. Follow me on Instagram as well. I post there every single day at Easy Software Developer. And if you liked the video, please like. If you'd like to watch more videos like these and tutorials, just subscribe. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next time.